Welcome back, everyone. Drake Hawkins with you again, and today we're going to be starting a little mini-series of a quaint little game that I found recently, Egypt Pre-Dynastic. It's available on Steam. It's from Claris Victoria. I actually saw Quill playing it recently, and it caught my attention. It feels very nostalgic to me, so we're going to go ahead and get in here. We're going to start a new game. I think we'll go with just the basic settings along here. No, let's just do the top settings. So there's basically the difficulty drops as you put the lines down. So you could have these 4 different categories, what the environment's like, how did we get here, and so on. And yeah, and it basically gives you different features that make the game more or less difficult. We're just going to start with the standard for this one. We might do another playthrough later if people seem to like it. We will do the tutorial so we can kind of explain things as we go. I just want to showcase this little game. It's quite fun. Not a huge game. Very, as you can see, kind of Civilization-esque seeming, but good genre, so good game good style to go with, I guess. We came from a large tribe that suffered from overpopulation. We left our homes and are looking for happiness in new lands. To gain a foothold in a new place, we need to increase the size of our tribes. We need to get a total of 3 workers. We currently have 1 of 5 up here. Right now, during this current mission, we're going to get a active bonus of +1 food whenever doing hunting, and on any squares that are hunting based, rather, and rewards when we finish a one-time bonus of 5. So this, you can get food here, move the worker here. So these are our worker cards. We move them onto the spot. And press next turn to advance. It's going to hold our hands through this tutorial starting phase, which is fine. Okay, then we get these hints up on the top right if you're in tutorial mode. Scouting. We can scout the area now. Scouts gather information about neighboring lands and sometimes even find valuable resources. We can now scout the new area. So this area here, we're going to grab this guy and move him off the hunting and tell him to go scout the area. Yes, on the right hand side there will be notes like the one you're reading now. Great. Our tribe is considered a primitive tribe right now, so we don't get any bonuses for it, and the new advancement to the new level of our tribe will become when we get a Badari culture, but we'll look into that when that happens. I'm going to try to buzz through this game at a relatively quick pace. I don't want to drag it out, but it'll be interesting to go as we go through. So there is much more food here, so better move the worker here. So he finished exploring. He goes right back into the deck here, and we can bring him back to play, and now he's going to gather instead of hunt. Although we do have this one gives us 1 because it's not a bonus. It just makes the tile like this. Or what am I saying? During this mission, the colonization mission, we get a bonus +1 hunting food. That just means that this 1 is a 1 because of that bonus. Map control. Great. We can move around. WASD. Yes, we can look around the map, or we can just left click and drag. This is the extent of our map here. We can scroll out. This is it. This is the whole area. I love how it's so totally embellished around the outside of the map. It's like a classic style map. It's great. Next turn. Population is 8 people, with 1 of them being a worker. We now have a +1 food, or we have 1 food in the stockpile, and we're making +1 per turn. Create and dismiss workers. There's now enough food to feed everyone. To increase the tribe, we need to create new work group. If there are too many workers in the tribe, it is possible to dismiss some of them. You can create and dismiss workers now. So the -1 worker or +1 worker, we have saved enough food to create the new worker. I believe it only costs us 1. So yeah, and then the next one's going to cost us 6, and they get progressively more expensive as we go. So we have a new worker. We can send them off to either work here to boost our food for future times, or we could possibly send him like here to explore this land. Let's do that. Pardon me. The hourglass, of course, meaning the number of turns we've got. Production and culture. You're doing well. Our small tribe grows and we begin to create production and culture. With these resources, we'll be able to construct buildings and learn the secrets of the gods, discovering new technologies. New resources available. production and culture. Right up here, the hammers for production and the ankh for the culture. We're getting +2 culture from the from our 2 population of workers per turn. We get no production right yet. We haven't started it, and we're breaking even on food right now. Yes, thank you. It auto-saves every 5 turns. You can change that in the settings menu. Let's see what we uncovered here. Wow. Oh, attack of jackals. We have been approached by a pack of jackals. They are too cowardly to attack us at first, but will try to steal our food, our grain symbol. At first glance, they seem strong. They are behaving fearlessly. Ooh, scary. What should we do about them? We can attack to drive them away. We can frighten them, make a lot of noise and shout and bang on things, hoping they will retreat, or we can flee. I think we will try to frighten them. Bang on the pots. Jackals made it to our stockpile, but since we didn't have food, they've disappeared and left nothing. So we had no food for them to steal, so they just left. That's great. This is a grand, fantastic tile. Look at that. 2 food and 2 production. Why not? Although, I do want... Yeah, well, let's build up a bit of food. It's going to take us 3 turns to get the 6 we need to expand that to the next population. Discoveries. Tutorial for discoveries. Okay. We have saved enough culture that the gods have helped us make a cultural breakthrough. Apparently, the gods are responsible for everything. In the discoveries menu... the discoveries menu is now possible to open various cultural achievements, technological innovations, religious concepts, and administrative reforms. A technology menu is available. So that's down here. New technologies will improve the quality of life and increase the culture of our civilization. Make a discovery. What do we want to discover? Similar to the others, we can kind of scroll through, goes all the way up tech-wise to, I don't know what this is. Chronology, 10,000 culture points, growth of 100% to your culture. Anyways, yeah, so it techs up as you go, and you can see the 60, those are 30, these ones cost 12, and these ones only cost 4. So we're going to go with this, the Cult of the Falcon, first off, because this is going to give us +2 every turn to our culture. We're currently making 2, it's going to give us 2 more, so we're now making 4, so every turn we'll get a new discovery for that first set. I love it. Okay, Cult of the Falcon. Hunters notice that the falcon is a very skilled predator, incredibly fast, precise, and strong. Respect for this bird eventually grew into veneration. People began to pray to the falcon for luck of the hunt. Excellent. So there's a little bit of a pseudo-history lessons as you go through this, which I love in games. Okay, so we are 1 turn away from getting... Oh, we got another culture we can add in. Excellent. So scouting duration dropped by 1 per turn, or growth +1 every turn. I think we'll do the growth per turn for now, since we're not yet scouting until this guy is ready. Oops, I forgot to read that latest discovery, but that's okay. Mission completed. Our tribe successfully multiplied and securely populated the new land. Goal achieved. Increase the tribe to 3 population. Reward 1 time +5 food. That's great. So we're now back up to 6 food. Neolithic revolution. Our gatherers have noticed that grains which accidentally fall on the fertile soil sprout plentiful shoots. It will be interesting to see if we will be able to repeat this and get more foods. Our goal, discover experimental farming and build fields of grain in 2 areas. So this is going to be building bonus. We get a 20% reduction to the cost of building new buildings, which we haven't done yet, and a one-time bonus of 10 food at the end. This is actually interesting. This is the running theory on how agriculture began. Basically, initially we found people would find things and bring them back to wherever they were. You know, they go out and hunt and gather, and you gather things, you bring them back, and then you eat them like fruits, and the seeds you discard. And then those seeds would regrow, or you gather them and you drop them along the path that you take back, and all of a sudden they weren't there last year, but now there's new ones. So yeah, it's an interesting little tidbits of history as we go. So we've got, we can do some more exploring here. I think we'll explore down this way. We also have our new discovery, our last one of this first set. Domestication of dogs. The dog is the first animal to become friends with man. Scouting duration -1 turn. Discover. So instead of 3, this one now takes 2 to discover. That's fantastic. Domestication of dogs. Dogs were the first friends of man. Egyptians were impressed by their ability to track and smell danger. Dogs were used for hunting, guarding homes, and they were very respected. Egyptians believed that after death, dogs serve people as guides in the realm of the dead. All dogs go to Egyptian heaven, apparently. 18 population in the illustrious year of 4820 BC, turn 10. We have now this victory conditions showing up here, so this is the point of the game. The main game goal is to create the Egyptian state in 220 turns. Try to complete missions and trials as quickly as possible. In case of defeat, you'll be able to continue playing. Victory conditions: create the chieftain, conquer Ombus, unite 15 main river tribes, discover single pantheon, build new capital in Memphis, celebrate the unification of Egypt. So all of those are big deals, and we can look into that as we go along. We have 3 of 5 population, and we're still cruising along here. We're making 5 culture per turn, which is fantastic. Dude finished exploring. What did he find? Another great tile and a river tile. Seems the river tiles don't have anything on them of any worth. Merimde culture? What is this? In 4800 BC, to the north of us, in the delta of the Nile, light-skinned people have appeared. They have made great strides in agriculture, breeding cattle, and they are able to hold pots and to build houses. Able to mold pots, rather, and build houses. They figured out how to hold a pot! They are ahead of us in development. Production found. Food. Found 3 hammers. So this guy, when he explored, he also found some new food for us, which is great. So we have a +3 food right now. I think we'll leave it at +2 food and let this guy go explore. We don't need the hammers right yet, so we'll keep going. And our next level of discoveries requires 12. You don't have to do them in that sequence. For instance, if you had this one, you could go ahead and do this one before finishing these others. But they get more expensive as you go, so if you always buy them when they're available, you will go 1 row at a time. On to turn 12. More exploring done here. Alright, some more food there. Let's not do that. See, this one's going to take 5 turns. As you start to expand away too quickly, kind of the time it takes to explore those things changes. So let's see. We have 12 over 12 culture now, so we can do a new technology. Allows building of fields of grain, which is one of our goals. This is cattle. Cattle eat a lot more than small goats, but are much more beneficial. So we could do, instead of just goats, we could do cattle. And growth of +1 food every turn. Let's do that. Alright, so our food is now at 3 per turn growth. Of all the animals in Egypt tried to domesticate, the cow became the most valuable acquisition and gave people lots of meat, milk, and hides. Cows in Egypt have enjoyed a very well-deserved respect and love. Growth of +1 food every turn. Excellent. The rains, the blessed rains. Yeah. Do a little ditty. The greening of the Sahara. Now this is something that can happen multiple times. It seems rather random. It usually happens early on, I guess, but I don't know. Because I did one test game and it happened around this time too. So abundant rains watered the savannah, and it has blossomed. That's really loud rain. It's like we're in a really big storm. Rejuvenated savannah shines green and is full of living creatures. Hunting, gathering, farming, and cattle breeding is +1 food. Remains for 4 turns. Excellent. Ooh, the noise of it has dropped. So the benefit of it remains for 4 turns. Thankfully, we don't have 4 turns of the noisy rain. Hostile tribes is something you can do. You can meet hostile groups or other groups, hostile or otherwise. Scouts from a hostile tribe were spotted near our settlement. They have not decided what to do with us yet, but nothing good will come with such neighbors. New threat. Now we have this new mechanic on the right. New threat. Probability of attack is 50%. Production is found. We found 3 production here, and great one-time bonus of 3 production. Tutorial on probability of attack. Neighboring tribes and nations often consider you easy prey and an opportunity for safe profit. Pursue a wise policy with neighbors, or keep an army, which we can't do at this stage, to prevent raids, and worship the goddess Nekbet. Worshipping the goddess Nekbet, which we'll see in later, has a bonus of letting us periodically reduce the threat levels here. So, all right, so we got our dude. We have 3 population. We can get you working on this lovely 3 food tile. That would be great. And we got enough food to build another one. So let's go ahead there and let's explore down this way. Excellent. And a new culture. We're moving at 6 a turn. That's great. Let's go with the fields of grain option. No, let's go with the building first, because we'll need those hammers to build that fields of grain. Discovered weaving. Technology of weaving from the variety of natural materials made life easier for the Egyptians. Mats of reeds covered the walls and floors of their homes, and these mats were also used for funeral rites. Baskets and chests were woven from the branches of the vines. Growth of +1 hammers every turn. So that's just a basic discoveries production. Probability of threat increases by 0.2% per time. The myth about the ancestor falcon. Many generations have passed since our tribe began to honor the falcon. Even the elders can no longer remember how it all started. But people believe that the great falcon Horus founded our tribe and was our ancestor. Apparently, we came from a bird. Okay, a one-time bonus of 4 culture at this point. The greening of the Sahara is still ongoing, and we're in the same period, and our tribe has not expanded yet. So let's keep rolling here. The threat probability increases as we go here. Pardon me. Oh, there we go. The growing threat. Scouts report that our neighbor, the Toad tribe, consider us weak and gathers warriors to burn our settlement. But they still can change their minds. Goal, become friends with them or increase the tribe to 5 populations so they see that we have lots of people and we are too dangerous. Okay, so in 9 turns they're going to attack. Is this the... That's the Jackal tribe. That's not the ones that we... Oh, okay. Well, the Jackal tribe we can interact with. Hello, Jackal tribe. What? We can move our dude, grab one of our active people and go diplomatically contact them. Small Jackal tribe. The scouts return from the Jackal tribe. The primitive people are engaged generally in hunting. They are neutral to us. Their warriors are weak. They have valuable goods in exchange leather. What should we do? So we could trade with them. We lose 1 food, gain 3 hammers. We could give them a gift. +1 relation in 5 turns so it'll move from neutral to friendly. Preparation costs 3 hammers per turn, and our dude will have to be there, which is a big deal. We could raid and rob them. Spit on the relationship. Attacking in 5 turns with a chance of 90% success. Preparation costs 2 food every turn, and in case of success we gain 28 hammers, which would more than double our stockpile of hammers. If we fail, we lose 2 population. Or we could subdue them. Again, if we fail, we lose 2 population and the tribe is weakened. If we succeed, we'll subdue the tribe and we will lose 1 population. Or sorry, the tribe will lose 1 population. The enemy, basically. And preparation costs the same 2 every turn. So I think at this point we're going to do nothing with this tribe. We can come back for that later. Possibly. We have 4 out of 5 population. This next guy is going to cost 22. Let's take 1 turn to get a bit more food and finish our experimental farming, allowing us to do field growing. So we have experimental farming here, which is gatherers apparently noticed that the seeds dropped in the ground will germinate. So after successful experimenting with wheat and barley, farming appeared. allows the production of fields of grain. Now this is an actual new part of the game, which has opened up construction and constructions. Construction and constructions. Okay, in the building menu we can begin to build a whole area or even a district at once. But construction does not happen automatically. We will need to move a worker onto the site of the construction, and each turn spend production till construction is completed. Building menu and possibility of constructions are available. Alright, so let's click on the construction menu. Here it is. We can scroll through and see all the various different wonders that we can do, like the city of Memphis and so on. That's one of our world-ending goals, or game-ending goals. Okay, so we can start our first building. It is a field of grain. It's going to cost us 4 hammers and take 2 time to do, but improve an area permanently by +1 food. So, it doesn't tell you actually when it's building where it's going to be. Like there's, could be any of these spots. I don't know if it's static every time, but now this is an empty card slot which we have to put a person into to do some building. So we have 16 food. It'll be 22 for the next one, I think. Oh, a point builder. We're stuck in this. There we go. We appointed the builder. Thank you. It's the tutorial that locks it in to tell you that you have to make sure you actually know how to do it. Growing threat is happening still 9 turns away. Yeah, still 9 turns. We haven't hit the end of turn there, but found the jackal tribe. Good, we knew that. We already looked at that. Okay, so now population is now 24. We have a worker load of 4. We can hire the next one. There we go. The growing threat has ended. Glory to the gods. Scouts have reported the rumors about the tribe getting stronger and have reached our neighbors, and they changed their minds about attacking us. The threat has passed. 1 time -50% change to the chance of a probability of attack. Now, this is now at 0.8, and it'll continue to grow throughout the game at the same rate as it was before. But yeah, so now we've got our extra dude. We can put him to work over here. It's going to take 2 turns, and it'll cost him 4 hammers per turn to do it. We have 28 in store. We make 5 per turn, really. Wow, we're really cranking out the hammers. That's great. Alright, oops. I didn't click on one of those tutorial things. Sorry about that. Hotkeys, yep, thanks. Not important. There's not enough going on here to really need to do much hotkeying. Okay, there we go. Built a field of grain in area 1. Now this had improved the area by 1. That's this one. It's now making 3 instead of 2 grain, and he's gathering grain instead of just picking berries and randomly gathering. So we can build again. New options as it spreads out, sort of a tech tree-ish thing going on here. We do field of grain area 2. That's part of our mission, was to build 2 of them, I believe. The Neolithic Revolution, right? Yes. Discover experimental farming and build fields of grain in 2 areas. So this will get that second area operational. We'll get him going again. Still making 5 food a turn, 25 culture, which means, yeah, there we go. Next turn, we are now able to do another discovery on the 3rd line of discoveries here. We can open up flax fields, which are really great. A little bit of food, a lot of production. Primitive dwellings, which allows us to build a higher population. And then there is the early ritual. This one I like. I think we'll go with that one first to get resource trugging along. So authority and cults. In our tribe, the first priests and a new resource have appeared, showing the level of the leader's power, also known as authority. We can spend authority honoring various gods and spirits in the cults menu and use it for strong-willed decisions in various situations in the game. New resource, authority, and the cults menu are now available. That's down here, so let's have a look at that. Discovered early rituals. People believed in the divine power long before the era of ancient Egyptians, but with the advent of the Neolithic, the rituals became much more complicated. The first priest appeared, and people believed that only they knew all the secret prayers and rituals, and there is the biggest problem of religion in the world, in my opinion. Anyways, off that topic, Drake. Cults menu is available. Growth of +1 authority per turn. So now we got this new resource here. People's respect for the leader needed for difficult commands. We have 3 different groups we can do these: the Forefathers, the Falcon Horus, or the Heavenly Cow Newt. Newt, nut, whatever. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I'm going to go with Newt. Or maybe nut. I don't know. So Forefathers, we gain culture for 5 turns. Gain +1 culture for 5 turns. Hunting and fishing's +2 food for 2 turns. And gathering, farming, and cattle breeding +1 food for 3 turns. I think we'll go with the culture one. Let's pull that up. The aid of the Forefathers. The spirit of the Forefathers favors us. Accepting gifts, they will help us, guide us, and guard our houses from evil spirits. Everywhere we gain +1 culture for 5 turns. So that means every one of these workers is now gaining us a culture point per turn. We cranked our culture through the roof with that. 2 more turns and we'll have our second field done and accomplish our mission. But, yeah, how are we doing? Let's go a few more turns here before we put in a cut. 30 population now. El Omari culture. In 4600 BC, to the north of us, in the Delta River Nile, another culture has appeared. Related to the Merimdi culture, their settlements are not as large, but they are not inferior to us in development. Okay, so they're slightly smaller, but same development as us. Alright, whatever that means. Let's spin the turn again. Aha, our second farm. Migration of animals. Big changes have occurred in the Great Savannah. Spirits of the Sahara drive animals to the south. And their way passes through our lands. It's an excellent opportunity for big hunt, is it not? Hunting gains +2 food for a duration of 4 turns. That would be a good boost of food. Do not touch the animals. Maybe the spirits are leading them somewhere for some mystical purpose. Well, growth of 5% increase to culture every turn. Now, I think that is permanent. Migration of the animals. We decided to leave the animals alone, respecting the will of the spirits. Will allow them to pass across our lands. The spirits will like this decision, and they will help us. Growth of +5. Mission completed. We know the secrets of farming. Yay! It's a breakthrough. We can spend less time hunting and gathering and grow food by ourselves. Mission completed. Experimental farming. We now get the 10 food bonus. On to the next mission. Permanent housing. We know the secrets of farming, growing food, and feed the tribe. It is time to build a settlement to start to settle. So we've basically just been living wherever we can throw up huts at any given time. I believe this dude is being a seat for that dude to thatch the roof. That's fantastic. I didn't notice that. Oh, that's funny. He's just little guy sitting on the slightly larger guy's back. Alright, so our goal is to increase the tribe to 8 population. Worker creation costs 20% less during this period. We get a one-time bonus of 20 food and 30 hammers for finishing this. Excellent, so we need to get our population to 8. We currently have 5 of 5. We could buy another guy, but then it'll be overpopulated. So what we need to do here is, now that we've built this other area of grain, we can do a new building. And we need this. Unable to construct. Right. So we need to have this culture open here. Primitive dwellings. We need 30 culture. We will have that next turn. So let's just grab this friendly little guy and start exploring, say, across the river now. Spend a turn there, and that should give us enough culture. Ah! Growth of the cult of the falcon. Thanks to your wisdom, our tribe grows and develops. Rumors about us spread, and people say that the Sky Falcon himself is helping us. Ooh, the Sky Falcon. Neighboring tribes have heard about this miracle and have begun to honor him as well. Oh, we're spreading our religion. One-time gain of +5 culture. That puts us at 40, which is well above what we need for Primitive dwellings. Yay! Okay, so now primitive dwellings is available. We can go to the building here and we can select it. It's going to take 3 turns at 6 hammers a turn. Population limit of +3 and improves a tile by 1. So we're going to get an improve to one of our tiles. I think we'll go ahead and overpopulate 3 turns worth of overpopulation. Maybe not. Yeah, let's do it. We'll go overpopulation. Primitive dwellings discovered. Thank you so much. With the invention of farming, people ceased to wander. The sedentary life made it possible to feed everyone, so people began to build permanent dwellings, which protected them from weather and predators. First dwellings were built of twigs and straw, reinforced with clay. A worker limit is exceeded. We've exceeded the limit of workers. Overpopulation will lead to great social tension, and there will be several penalties on the production of resources. To increase the workers' limit, build houses or dismiss the excess workers via the panel to the lower left corner of the screen. Now, overpopulation gives us -3 food. It's giving us -1 production. It's giving us -3 culture, and it's giving us -1 authority. We could buy another culture, another person, but it's 3 turns before we get that one, so I think we'll leave that as is. Let this guy finish his explorations. What did he find? An empty tile. That's just the one culture because of the current, what is this? Aid of the Forefathers, which is active right now. So let's explore again. Where are we going to look? Let's look down here. We got a 2-turn one there. One more turn and our overpopulation issues are dealt with. The neutral jackal tribe, looking for the mercy of Horus, has sent us gifts. If we were friends, they would give us more generous gifts. They currently gave us 7 hammers. Well, that's nice. Alright. The Aid of the Forefathers has ended, so that culture bonus is now gone. We'll be able to get another one once we have... Now, these increase each time you use them, so we'll want to use these sparingly and wisely. 7 for the next one. The first one was 4. Alright, I think we'll hold off on getting that extra population, and we will put in a cut here. We've gone quite a while here. I think we'll put in a cut, and we'll come back with Chapter 2 of the Egyptian Pre-Dynastic, and I hope you're enjoying it. This is going to be a mini-series, like I said, so there won't be a super long one, but I'd love to have any comments or feedback you have on it. Have you seen the game? Games similar to this? If you're interested in the little mini-series idea, let me know. I kind of like these style games. You know, just sit down for an afternoon and play for a while, but yeah, if you're enjoying it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, I'll see you in game.